Okay, a deck I was running a lot last season and kind of 2 weeks ago, I guess, whenever Lockheed came out, was my buff deck, Buff Surfer. I've used a bunch of versions of this deck. I know the Sarah and there's Wong versions of this deck that run a little more tech, but when Maverick came out, I just wanted to say, how big can I get my boys? You know what I mean? How big can I get my broods? And I had just gotten Captain Carter with tokens, so this deck kind of wanted to capitalize on those guys. So let's break down the pieces for it. The main core of the deck are the buffers. You know, the people that will boost up your guys. And that number one, Agony. This thing's great for Captain Carter and for Maverick, obviously. Even helps Shaw a little bit. Gwenpool, you know, beefs up your hand. And Galacta beefs up your your cards when they hit the board. You know what I mean? These two girls are kind of like the queens of the deck. They run the show and they're the highest cost cards. They allow your guys to get huge because they're so consistently good at buffing. Got a couple little more twos. Surge, always great here. Pretty much every card in this deck just likes to be played as soon as possible, as soon as it's drawn. So Surge is great at lowering energy, giving you a little ramp, and giving you that little buff. Forge, great buffing. You know, everyone knows Forge, what Forge does. And of course, Surfer. Surfer's honestly one of the easiest cuts to this deck. If you want to add more tech, Forge and Surfer are probably like the most cuttable. Yeah, it's less of a Surfer deck now and more of a Maverick deck. So those are the buff cards, and now let's talk about the buff targets. Of course, Brood. Everyone knows how important Brood is. One of the most fun cards in the entire game. Tripling up on the board is sick, and with the help of all these buff cards, Broods get huge. Your other lane winner, Sebastian Shaw, you know, this guy can get in the 20s regularly, very easily. Him and Brood are kind of like the only two cards that you're like, okay, I gotta save those guys for my turn 6 or whatever. And the other two buff targets that are kind of hybrid targets, they're buff targets that are also buffers. So Captain Carter, I never got her on her season pass. I just got her like 2 weeks ago. She's great, an amazing card. Just her and then a Brood in the next lane is crazy. You know, Mavericking, hell, I've won multiple games just playing her in the third slot of a row, and she buffs the card right next to her. She's an amazing card. And then this guy makes the deck go nuclear. It can stand up to negative decks with his insane power, and like him and Captain Carter both can get that Agony ability and pass it on. That's something that you can't do with Brood. So these two are kind of elevate the Surfer deck into another insane level. And so yeah, that's kind of majority of the deck. And this is a flex card, you know, the on reveal repeater. Grandmaster. I just love Grandmaster. I know a lot of people use that Surfer Absorbing Man combo, but 2 costs better. I could play him more consistently. You know, I could. I don't need another 4 cost in here. I like this low power, baby. And so Grandmaster's targets are going to be, of course, Surge, Forge, Surfer, Gwenpool. Any of these. So you can play one of these 2 early. Hell, if you don't have a 3 cost, doubt it, you could use Grandmaster to repeat them. Turn 5, Grandmaster into Surfer's great. Get another Gwenpool proc, you know, if you have Carter and Brood in hand or Maverick in hand. It's more flexible than Absorbing Man. The last spot in the deck is just for tech card. Luke Cage right now, he's my go-to tech card, mainly because freaking Fastball Special was out there just sniping my Captain Carters and my Mavericks. So I put in Luke Cage just to counter that, but essentially any tech card would work here. Hell, you could do Luna Snow if you want more ramp. Shadow King, of course, is busted ass card. You could use that. Hell, I think I had Fastos in here. 2s and 3s are so cheap, you don't need the -1 that Fastos sometimes gives. Rogue is good if ongoing ever starts getting out of hand. Rogue's a good option. If you're afraid of negative, Mobius destroys that. If Zoo and the 1 costs are tearing up, ooh, actually, I might put in Killmonger just to face Show Lao decks, man. Yeah, he might be. Ooh, why didn't I think of this? I haven't played this at all this week. Sometimes you need that turn 7, you know, and you need that magic. Sometimes you want that Red Guardian to just turn off some annoying abilities. Cosmo, you know, if on reveals. But I don't like having Cosmo mainly because of how many on reveals I have and the Grandmaster. But I'm about to sub in freaking Killmonger and see if I can get some footage with Killmonger in this. So I'm gonna either take out Forge, Luke Cage, or Surfer, one of those, or one of these 3. Yeah, I'm trying this with Killmonger. Hold up, I gotta test this. I realized in my other deck breakdowns, I don't really talk about new players, like in what cards they can sub in if they're missing 1 or 2 pieces. So for this buff deck, if you want to go the Surfer route, I've listed here are a lot of cards that could be helpful. So if you're missing a few of the buffers, Nakia and Okoye are great. Nakia is especially good with the Surfer combo. And other targets besides Brood, if you don't have Shaw, you know, Mr. Sinister, Black Panther aren't bad. You're missing Grandmaster. Absorbing Man is essentially the same thing. You could always go with the Wong combo and use Mystique to double up on the Wongs. And of course, Odin quadruples that. Turn 4 Wong, turn 5 Black Panther, turn 6 Zola. That usually wins for a lot of new players. Turn 4 Wong, turn 5 White Tiger, turn 6 Odin, and then boom, you got a million tigers on the board. That kind of thing. Wolfsbane works with the Wong combos too. If you want to go Gamblet, Gatling Gun, that's another way. You could just destroy pretty much like 8 cards off of their board. It works best when they have priority, not you. And I had Luke Cage as my tech card. I've been seeing a lot more Fastball Special, and if you're gonna run Luke Cage, boom, Hazmat is a great option. Hazmat into Wong is super freaking annoying, and then Odin them again, you know what I mean? That is a great combo. Other tech cards that are useful, obviously Shadow King is great when Destroy and Move are really prevalent. I don't know why I didn't try it out, but Killmonger would work great with the new dragon card, you know, Shu Lao. Kill that kitty, that 25 power kitty, snipe it with the Killmonger. If ongoing is annoying you, Rogue, perfect option. If you're afraid of Mr. Negative, Mobius is a great answer. So use these. Oh, and also Sarah is always a staple with Surfer decks because you play Sarah on 5, that means you're allowed to play 3 costs on turn 6 because they all become 2 costs. So that is a great option. And if you get the Sarah down, you could always do a 2 cost Surfer along with an Absorbing Man, that kind of thing, to get off the extra Surfer procs to get your Brood really, really big. So this little screen just shows some potential options that will help for newer players. If you're missing 1 or 2 of the cards in the main deck that I showed before, plug in these guys, the ones that fit in their respective categories. It was recorded last week when Maverick was a new card. It's a nice little Ditto matchup, and if you plan on playing a Maverick Surfer buff deck now, put in Luke Cage, because I've been getting spanked with it when I was using it recently, so I've been switching up, or I had to put him in, took out Fastos. So I Grandmastered my Surge. Stupid. I should have Grandmastered left the Gwenpool. I don't know what I was doing. I had family over, holiday stuff, distracted. But if I would have got a double Gwenpool off, it would have been sweet. Like, Brood would have been even fatter. Yeah, so Fastball didn't do much to me this game, but it's a scary card right now, and along with Marrow. So yeah, I suggest Luke Cage if you're going to be running any type of deck like this that doesn't have any sort of disruption, it's just big points. Yeah, get Luke Cage in that deck. Victory. So I'm running a Maverick Surfer deck since this was the new card about a week ago. Gladiator pulls out my Surfer early, which is pretty sweet because now Captain Carter gets that +2 early. I'm debating here for a while if I want to use Maverick
with the Forge boost, but because it's turn 7, I realized like Galacta, getting that Galacta off is probably better. Now I want to get Maverick off, and I can just save Shaw for last turn. My opponent snaps, which is pretty nice for me. And I think, yeah, I just end up putting Fastest in the middle just to maybe boost something else in the deck. So Maverick is freaking massive, and I could share that power to Brood. And I'm going to make sure that I get a little extra boost to Shaw with Galacta. If there's no disruption to this deck, it does huge numbers. Like right now it sucks because of all the afflict cards with Fantomexs, but 2 weeks ago or last week it was this deck was great. This is when I recorded this, and you see here like I even stopped the huge Armanzola to null combo. 1 point, baby. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a good Gwenpool off here, so I'm gonna hopefully hit Maverick or Brood. Alright, I got Maverick at least. So I'm going to play Maverick now and play Surfer now, which may seem kind of dumb. Or should I just go Fastos? Yeah, I'll do Fastos here, so then I could just do Surfer Brood next turn, I think. He hasn't been discarding much, so Galacta here. I'm going to basically throw right lane. Maverick Brood mid. Oh my gosh, Marrow. Yeah, okay. Good win there. So I'm finally trying out Maverick, the card from last week, and this is seeming like a pretty sweet setup I got going on. I got Grandmaster in so I could just double up on all these buff effects. So I'm gonna send Forge in the middle, and then probably hit Maverick next turn. I'm gonna do Maverick mid here, so then I could just make a huge freaking Brood on the right. Or should I just get Brood out now? Would that be better? Might be a better play, honestly. Now let's just get Brood out now. I just want to have 3 costs down, so just in case they pull down Surfer. Or Grand Central pulls down Surfer. Yeah, now I'm glad I played freaking Brood. Because Galactus would have killed everybody. Okay, alright. His Venom is gone, so that's good for me. I don't really do much besides this. This is probably the most power. This deck is really fun. A lot of points. Yeah, even if he gets this Nimrod Spider-Man to go 15 each side, I should have enough power, I think. Oh, didn't think about Fastball. Wow. That sucked. Okay, this is an amazing setup. I got Valhalla, I got my honor reveals there, I got the boosted Agony, and now I'm about to play Gwenpool with the perfect 3 targets for Gwenpool. Maverick hopefully gets hit a bunch, or Brood, or any of the hits are going to be great. Okay, he legioned me. Took away turn 7. I didn't care about turn 7. It was from Reality Stone, so it wasn't like it was important. No Broods are hit, but Maverick's going to get big when I play it in the right lane. Ooh, yeah. Wow. Does Valhalla repeat the exact Gwenpool targets? That's interesting. Because it hit Shaw twice, Maverick twice once. Didn't hit Brood at all. Oh my gosh. Alright, this is going to be nasty. Oh, it's going to pull down a card, though. Oh, Grand Central sucks, dude. I don't care. I think I could still win. Like this. I don't know why he's got Dracula. He doesn't have any big... He hasn't discarded anything. Like, he doesn't have an Apocalypse. Pull down Shaw. Oh, it pulled down Brood. Oh, that sucks. That ruined everything, man. If it pulled down Shaw instead, this is lame, bro. I think I'm going to just have to Maverick the Captain Carter, so then at least this Brood right here will get pretty big. Let's do Shaw first. Get the 18 right. Yeah, I don't know how they could beat this. I think this is an Aurora deck. Yeah. That's cool. Thanks, Thanos. Oh, Dracula the Agamotto. Yo, that was a really good game. But this dude was about to pull a Agamotto Dracula. That would have been sick, but I mean, obviously his hand was too full. So I just got a nice little Gwenpool off. They got off their Namora combo. And now I'm wondering, Odin goes left lane. That's +9, 18. So I need to be 18 that way. 10 plus 12. Yeah, I think this will win because I'm gonna use my Maverick on Shaw. There we go. Oh, I should have done the math better. I'm stupid. So this dude's got the Iron Man out early because of Psylocke, and Hospice is gonna make his Doom massive, but I think I can also make my stuff pretty massive too. I want to get that Galacta boost on Maverick along with the Agony. So Agony's gonna be massive, so I could drop a huge brood on the final turn. Yeah, I might as well just use Grandmaster just because I can. Oh god, I got a Goliath. I don't know if I can win this. This is gonna be bad. We play middle. I can win this. Oh, dude, this deck is just so much raw power.